Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on a new project, refinishing some garden benches that were left here by our previous owner. Now, like the shed, these are really scary. If you haven't seen that makeover, I'll link it below or link it here. I don't know, still working on all the kinks on how to do that. But so these benches are a little scary and they just need some TLC. I considered making something new or buying something new, but the prices of everything are just astronomical right now with supply chain issues and you know all the things that are going on with the world right now. We don't need to go into it. Anyway, we are going to revitalize and reuse and recycle, which is great. Love being sustainable. The benches that were left here by the previous owner. So they're in pretty rough shape. Ian and I actually went last night and got the supplies for this. So just using some 1x6s, and then also I'll put the checklist of all the items that you'll need for this. So I've got two. I've got a adult size bench, and then I also have a kids bench. So as you can see, this is in really rough shape. The wood's rotted. The arms are kind of in rough shape as well, and the back needs to be replaced. Like, look at this, y'all. Like, shouldn't do that. Ooh, I'm blinded by the light. As you can see, the kids' bench is just as in rough shape as the other one. So we're going to be replacing the wood, painting the arms. Whoops, this way. Painting the arms again, and just making this little bench a little happier, a little less decrepit. So we're going to start by trying to remove the old boards. Now, the screws are covered in like 12 layers of paint, so we might have to make a trip to the hardware store to get new screws if I can't salvage these. So we'll see what we can do. But task number one, remove the screws. I don't know, guys. I might not need to remove the screws. It might be okay just ripping off the wood. I just want to show you guys how rusted these screws were. Like, do you see that? I don't know if you see that. Kind of backlit here. But the tip of them didn't even, like, it's all broken off. Like, all rusted. Like, look at that. Do you see that? It's like so bad. So, definitely gonna have to go get new screws. Sweating. I got sweat driven down my face. I know it's gross, but in Atlanta, if you're gonna do anything outside, even if you get out here in the morning, it's gonna be hot and it's gonna be humid. So we just gotta roll with it, and y'all have to excuse my appearance. Look at all of these bolts we had to cut off. Oh, look, it's a Mr. Bumblebee. You see him in there? Maybe not. Maybe you do. Oh, there he is. Into the lengths we need, and now we need to rip the wood so that it's the width of the benches, and then we'll paint. We'll paint the iron pieces, go get some screws, and then we're gonna have to wait for it to cure because it's pressure treated lumber that we're using to be able to stain it. So, you know, we'll get the majority of it done today and then stain the rest of it once it's had a week or two to dry out. But we'll get as much progress as we can today. Hey guys, so it's a new day and I have waited a couple of weeks to be able to let the pressure treated wood dry out so that we can sand it and stain it. So if you're not familiar, pressure treated wood is chemically processed so that it is rot resistant, which is really wonderful for projects outside. But if you try to stain it too early, the stain will not take because the wood is too saturated. So you have to give it some time. You know, they typically say 2 to 3 weeks. A good way to check and see is to take a screw and try to screw it in, and if any moisture kind of seeps out from that screw or nail head, then it's still too damp. So it also tends to have a green cast, and that's the chemical. So anyway, I think we're in good enough shape to start today. So we're going to sand these bad boys, and I want to try to put at least 1 coat of stain on them tonight before the day is over. And then I've got to go to Home Depot and get the bolts to be able to pull it together, and then we will be done with this project, which is great. So let's get started. To consider is what type of stain you're using. Now, if you're using a project inside, you know, you can pretty much use anything you want. But if you were doing something outside, you need to make sure to use an outdoor stain. So you can actually buy these little samples from Home Depot, which is really great because this is all that I'll need. And I actually was able to tint it to the color that I want. So we're going to be staining ours sable in a semi-transparent stain. And the more transparent the stain is, the more you'll have to do to maintain it. So if you get a solid stain, it's a little bit thicker, looks a little bit more like paint. It has more properties that help to keep the wood protected. Whereas if you go with fully transparent, there's way less protectant on it. So you want to consider that, you know, if you want something that you don't have to really touch again, like go with solid. I think it's about 10 years that you can go, depending on your elements and that kind of stuff. Whereas transparent, I think you're going to have to touch it up every 2 to 3 years. So just a tip and trick for you, but especially on these smaller projects like this, go with a sample size, and you can get it tinted. You know, they do have all of the different levels so that you can really truly test out the color. Alright guys, I got them all done, at least the first coat on the first side, and I had a little helper, this cutie right here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna really like the color, so carry on. Gotta let this dry and then we'll flip them and do the other side. Hey guys, so it's a different day, I'm in a different outfit, and this project has taken me a lot longer than I thought. Originally I thought I'd be able to get this done in like 1, maybe 2 days, but the wait time between the stain and waiting for a day that is not rainy in Atlanta has taken quite a while. So I'm officially done. All I need to do is put the boards back on to the wrought iron pieces, and I've got my bolts, and I think I bought the right stuff. We'll see. There's a little slim pickings at the hardware store. So anyway, I'm going to put those on, and then we'll see the transformation of these DIY do-it-yourself benches, of trying to be sustainable and use what you have instead of buying new. Okay, let's get started. Okay guys, it started raining. I don't know if y'all can see the rain, but with the rain comes a little bit of flooding in this area. So I am actually going to try and get this done off camera really quickly before it floods. But here's where we are so far before the rain started. It looks very ominous. Future Kate here. Well, we thought that I'd get this done in a day. Clearly, I did not, and it took a lot longer than I anticipated. Hi guys, so I started working and putting these slats on this bench in, and it did not go well. Like, really not good. So I actually did it off camera because when I screwed everything in, everything went and bowed itself out. So Ian and I had to put some muscle into it and to get it together, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. But here's what it looks like. It's coming together. I just have one more to do. So I'm gonna put together the little one, and then we'll call this project done. Yay. Small bench was supposed to be the easy peasy one, but in actuality, it caused me the most problems. I started to assemble it and realized that my slats were too thick and didn't fit into the framework of the iron pieces. So this one is going to be a project for a later date. I'm going to have to rip the wood so that they're thinner and then reattach them. I will get it done eventually, but not in this video. So this is reality of a DIY. Sometimes you are successful and sometimes you fail. And in this instance, I would consider this a partial win because we completed one portion of the project, but not the other. A lot of people don't share the failures on their channels, but I want to make sure to keep it real with you. This is something I thought would take me 2 days at the max, and it has taken me close to 2 weeks, and I'm still not done. But I do have a wonderful review for you, and I can't wait to show you the before and afters. So obviously this project wasn't done in its entirety, but I think we made really good progress. So I'll get the other bench done when I have a moment, you know, but today it's Labor Day weekend. Ian and I are going to go shopping. We're going to do some things around the house and just enjoy our day and enjoy some friends over. So thank you for coming by and spending your Saturday with me. I really appreciate it, and always know that There are going to be some challenges and everything will not go according to plan, but that's okay. Just do your best and hope for the best, and it's all good. If you liked this content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, come back every Saturday for a new video, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming, friends. Bye!